Hi, Demetria. I wanted to leave you some feedback on your week one writing assignment. First off, let's talk about your formatting. It looks good. Very professional. You have got your header up here in the right-hand corner, and then your heading over here, and everything looks great. In terms of your actual assignment, overall, things are looking pretty good. I really like the way that you have organized the flow of the assignment. So you've got this introductory paragraph that provides context, this middle paragraph that gives the audience a little more information, and then you've done exactly what I wanted you to do, which is analyze and apply the writing, or sorry, not the writing, I apologize. Analyze and apply the example to a writing scenario. So I like the way that you've structured this. Really, the only thing that I have to say is just a couple of editing issues. And then I think also moving from vague language to more specific language is something that will help this be a lot stronger. So I really like that you pointed out, like, I've got these examples where disagreements have occurred, and maybe they don't seem as amazing as the examples from the textbook, but they are indeed my experience. And I'd like to argue that, I think this is a perfect example, and I think it's one that would work well in the textbook too. This sentence right here, I understand the idea that you are wanting to express, but this is a sentence that I would consider awkward, meaning that I get what you're trying to say, but this just needs a little bit more development. So here's what you say. One of my encounters included having different political views. Do you see how that suggests that you are the only one in this encounter? Does that make sense? So I think that if you were to revise, this is a sentence that you'd want to focus on. So the idea itself is sound. I think you just need to get in the idea that there's more than one person in this encounter, and that you both had different views. This paragraph is good because it's illustrating how you set up the example in the first paragraph. You're capturing it pretty well. But what I would want you to do if you went back and revised this assignment is edit for vague language, right? So you're being a little bit too broad. So you said, for example, she told me what party she affiliated with, and I told her my party affiliation. Tell us concretely what those parties are, right? So Libertarian, Green, Democrat, Republican, something else. And you said, I believed I handled the encounter well. Well, why? Explain to us. You said that she gave you the reason. Tell us what that reason is. And same thing here. So the way that you are moving through the assignment is perfect. It's very logical. It's very linear. We can follow your ideas. But what is keeping the audience from really understanding what you're talking about is the vague language. So when you write in professional contexts, you need to be as concrete as possible. And that's tied into the idea that anytime we make a claim like this one, I believe I handled the encounter well. Excellent. That's a fine claim to make. But as your reader, I want to know why, right? I want to know why you think you handled the encounter well, right? And I really want to know what your reasons are, right? Tell us that stuff, okay? And then one other small thing, make sure you edit for comma splices. A comma alone isn't a strong enough bridge to hold together two complete sentences. So I would either replace this with a period or a semicolon. Here is a sentence that has an example of you using commas perfectly, right? Because the comma here is not a complete thought. What it's doing is connecting this introductory phrase to this sentence. And here, the reason why this comma works, why it can hold together these two sentences, is because of your little conjunction but. right? So if you have a comma in between two sentences, but you have a conjunction, that does work. That's not an error. But when the comma is hanging out alone all by itself, that's considered an error. So really you have really about 3 options here. You could put in a period, you could use a semicolon, and then finally you could use a comma conjunction. So like I said, this is pretty good. So thank you so much for getting it in.